Putting a man on the moon is no doubt one of man's most significant accomplishments. The effort took a lot from those working with NASA and more. One person who rallied everyone together to make it possible was the president before being assassinated. JFK motivated everyone, including NASA employees and the American people, to successfully put a man on the moon and bring him back safely to Earth. He did it by doing two things well. The first thing he did was unite everyone under one goal. NASA had a lot of objectives it set out to complete when it was found, but JFK made them forgo that and had them unite under the single aim of putting a man on the moon. It was easier to convince everyone to accomplish one task rather than do multiple things simultaneously. The second thing JFK did well was to properly communicate the goals of NASA to the public so that people could understand the need for space travel. Everyone has lofty aspirations for the future. However, having a concrete plan of action can make all the difference for those who want to turn their dreams into reality. When in an interview, it is not only about showing you are good technically, a lot more goes into it. You need to wow interviewers when looking for a job. As cliché as it may sound, separate yourself from the competition. Everyone has a story, and the best way to capture your potential employer's interest is to tell that story. Focus on a few critical moments in your life and illustrate how they made you into the person you are today. Be specific in the skills you've developed. Point out why they're important to you, discuss what characteristics have driven them, and tie it all together with a reasonable conclusion. We, humans, suffer from something called cognitive backlog, which occurs when we receive too much information at once. The best way to avoid people getting overwhelmed during your presentation is to be brief. Try not to spend longer than 15 minutes, 18 minutes during your presentation as much as possible. Another important thing is to be visual. Try to use many pictures to keep people engaged in what you have to say. Studies have found that when an image is added to verbal information, the audience will remember 65% of the data. If you want people to remember your great ideas and witty remarks, think about how you can incorporate pictures or illustrations into the delivery. The people behind them usually propels companies like Google to become so successful. Google's staff is made of teams, and what makes them so successful is their communicative skills. Some research has shown how they communicate so well. The first step in creating a solid and effective team is to develop a space where every member feels comfortable enough to speak their mind. Building a sense of psychological safety lets people feel secure about taking risks, voice their opinions, and share their ideas without feeling like they are being judged. Secondly, the best teams are those that have a mission but also work together closely. Their members' roles and responsibilities are clearly defined and understood, as are their shared goals. The final requirement of a team is impacted. No matter how great a team is, they will only continue to grow if they know their work affects them. It's also essential that members of a team understand how their work contributes to the organization's overall goal. This is why communication is crucial. What is pathos? Pathos can be seen as the process of convincing people by using a level of emotional appeal. In communication, pathos appeals to an audience's emotions. Our brains are hardwired with feeling. Storytelling goes straight to the heart of a problem. When an idea moves us, we want to take action. Keep it simple. Use words and phrases that your target audience will understand. If you write at a 10th grade level or lower, then you'll help more people know what you have to say and engage with it more fully. This is an essential part of communication that can get overlooked. It is necessary to speak to people in simple terms.